Hello and welcome to the Imperium Latin course. My name is Julian Morgan and I'm the writer of all the materials you'll see here. My aim is to guide you through what's available. During this process I'll show you how to download the free versions of the books from the web and also how to get hold of the extra paid resources you really ought to consider using if you want to teach or learn with these materials. Well, here we are then at the Imperium Latin website. That's www.imperiumlatin.com. As you can read, this is a modern course, mostly written between the years 2007 and 2012. It was designed from the outset to be taught using a central screen in the classroom where both students and teacher could write and share information. The main story of the books follows the life of the Emperor Hadrian from his childhood to his death many years later. The content of the books can be identified easily from the website. Book 1 follows Hadrian's life until the time when he came to Rome. It's subtitled Graeculus, as this is the nickname by which the boy was known, meaning Little Greek. Book 2 moves events to Rome as the historical content evolves. The book becomes more difficult than Book 1 as the linguistic content is more complex, but the only tense in use here is the present tense. Book 3 sees Hadrian rise to the top of the Roman pyramid and eventually leads to his death. This book is significantly harder than the first two, which is a deliberate ploy on the part of the course designer. I'm going to demonstrate the download process using the TES resources link now. Once the file is downloaded, and yes, it is free of charge, it should look like this. Although the download is free, there's some important advice on page 2 which I hope you'll take note of. For teachers, you won't get the fullest and best use out of the course unless you buy the site support pack, which I'll go on and talk about in a moment. For students working alone and not in a class, you'd be cheating yourself if you didn't buy the MP3 files and the app, which I'll also go on to talk about in a moment. So let's look at Chapter 1 and see what sort of content the course offers. Each chapter starts off with a Point 1 exercise, such as you can see here. A Point 1 exercise, in this case exercise 1.1, will introduce new language elements before explanations are given in the pages following. In this particular exercise, some basic vocabulary is given below, but this is not normal in the Imperium experience. It's just here to get folks started off properly in Chapter 1. As I scroll through the next pages, you'll see that the linguistic explanations and practice exercises follow, which is common to all chapters in the course. The colour green is often used to highlight new pieces of information especially, or pieces of information which need to stand out. In books 1 and 2, there are things called moral messages, which anticipate a set of Marshall's messages in book 3. Now that is a set of 50 epigrams written by the cynical Roman comic poet. It should be noted that no exercise in any book of the Imperium Latin course will ever go onto a second page, but that the one-page rule applies throughout, from Chapter 1 to Chapter 30. Much of the material is tabulated, and the student is expected to fill in the tables as he or she moves through the course. A printed copy is valuable as it can be written on, so you have different options here. You can print from the PDF, annotate the PDF on a screen, download the free of charge worksheets from the website and write on them, or buy a physical book from Amazon which you can then write on as you go. Each chapter has a background section, running through the course and connecting to the content of the chapters. These sections include ones on historical information, aspects of architecture, literature and daily life. Each chapter has a list of material at the end under a heading Sine qua non. This is a process designed to identify exactly what the student needs to know and without which he or she shouldn't try to proceed. There are tests in the site support pack, all ready for teachers to use with classes, but also practice tests on the student pages of the website which allow for individuals to prepare themselves for the formal process in class. Each one is completely keyed to the sine qua non sections. Self-learners or adults could use the student practice tests quite easily, and these, it should be noted, are free of charge. The Imperium Latin course will never present part of a system to be learned, so you may note here that a verb in the Chapter 1 SQN appears as habito, habitare, habitavi, habitatum, I live, and a noun appears as senator, senatoris, senator. There will never be anything else to learn in terms of dictionary listings of words beyond these entries, so this approach offers a real long-term gain from the start. Now back to the website. As has been seen, there are physical versions of the books which can be bought from Amazon, and the links are all here. There's also an electronic version of the course available to be bought from the iBooks store. This has been put in place for iPad fans and offers a cheap and effective way of buying all the materials all in one place. The Imperium Word Tools app should be used where possible by students who have reached Chapter 8 or thereabouts. It is a paid resource, but it offers a unique level of support during the programme. I always try to keep prices as low as I can, and the more of you out there who buy these extra files and so support the project, the easier it becomes for me to do this. As the website says, the app offers a dictionary at the front end which presents words and their dictionary entries in a conventional way. But this is not its primary benefit. Allow me to demonstrate by showing you exercise 19.4 in the app. Imagine I'm going to work on sentence number 9 in this exercise. First I'm going to select section 9, so I can see the sentence close up. Then I can click on words in the vocabulary such as puellam. Easy. It means girl. But now if I follow through, I can see that puellam is actually just a part of a system, and in this case it's the accusative singular. The accusative is the object of the verb in English, and now I know what to do with the word, which is I put it after the verb in English. All quite simple. But now, if I return to the exercise and do the same thing with Manos, I get to see a whole bunch of different options. Suddenly, I'm forced to think about language in a structured way, and the visibility of the complete system of Manos makes me focus on which one of the words in green is actually the one I've been looking at in the text. You should note that there are versions of the app running on every major computing platform, from Mac to Windows to Linux, from iOS to Android. Versions of those first three are included in the site support pack for schools. It should be noted that every exercise which includes Latin text in the whole course appears in the app, including the poems by Marshall in Book 3. Now back to the website, and all of the information about language from all three books has been assembled into one place called the Grammar and Syntax Guide. The first part of this consists of tables of words and formations, and the second part details how the words are used in building sentences. The book can be bought as a physical book from Amazon or as an electronic book from the iBooks store, and a PDF file of the book is included in the site support pack for schools so they can print copies for their own students. The course boasts its own puzzle book, which can be bought from Amazon. It features 60 puzzles consisting of 20 from each of the three books in the course. There are crossword puzzles here and a whole variety of different word games. Also on the website are links for you to buy a set of MP3 files. These offer the chance to listen to the author of the course, that's me folks, talking you through each and every exercise in it. They're particularly suitable for self-learners or those who need to catch up very quickly, as for example in the case of people who may join a class in the middle of a year. The idea is that you would do the exercise first and then play the sound file through afterwards to check your answers. The MP3 files are included in the site support pack designed for schools. From the student area of the website, you can download a few things which are free of charge and a few more which you might have to pay for. As mentioned already, I hope that individuals learning at home will want to use the MP3 files and the app, as these will give real support in the learning process. In the teacher area, there are lots of documents for teachers to look at, but the most important thing is to realise that by buying the site support pack, you get the most value out of using the Imperium course. Click on the links and you'll soon see the value of what's here, at a total cost of £50, which is about $75. There are tests, apps, MP3 files, books, certificates of progress, you name it. Well, that's mostly it, though you could look at some of the reviews and comments on the website if that helps you make your mind up. I hope you've got to the end of the film intact, and I look forward to hearing from you if you think I can help you become an Imperium Latin teacher or student. Thank you.